So a few videos ago I made friends. I made friends by bashing the XM7 or M7 rifle, which is like the poster child future weapon project of the US Army. In today's video I will not make friends. Even a lot of people I look up to will disagree with what I say. But sometimes you have got to say stuff people disagree with. What the US Army did with the M7 assault rifle was looking at the Rifleman, so a soldier with a rifle, and romanticizing him, giving him capabilities he never had by letting him carry just another rifle. This is the biggest issue of the M7. Like, the rifle just isn't as important, and we've got statistics that can back that. Like, during most conflicts, be it conventional warfare or be it counterinsurgency, rifles didn't do a lot of damage. What did do damage? GPMGs did do damage. Grenade launchers did do damage. 30mm cans did do damage. Like, rifles really did, like, I think like 9% of the damage, if anything. All other damage was done by heavier ordnance. And infantry doctrine actually supports that, because the Rifleman is there to support the general purpose machine gun, so the general purpose machine gun can suppress the enemy, and the Rifleman can fix and flank, he can finish the enemy. That's the area where the rifle, as we already have discussed, is really good in finishing the enemy at close distance. On all other distances, it's kind of useless. Now, the US military has a pretty interesting project during the last decade, and honestly during the last decades, facing that problem. We are talking about what's now called the PGS, so Precision Grenadier System. It's a, depending on the manufacturer, 25 to 40mm automatic high-velocity grenade launcher. So essentially you get something like a mag-fed rifle shooting 30mm high-explosive grenades. And those projectiles are not like low velocity, high trajectory rounds. They are high velocity to medium velocity, flat trajectory rounds. So you shoot it like a rifle. What it seems like is that the US Army is considering to replace most rifles in an infantry squad with that weapon system. Actually, the Army even did a press statement which stated that the PGS will become the main weapon system of the future US infantryman. So just keep that in mind. They didn't say it will be a support weapon, it will replace the M203 or the M320. It will be the main weapon system of the future infantryman, which was right now the M4 carbine, right? Honestly, it sounds pretty awkward to have a grenade launcher replacing like a rifle. And I don't think that all rifles will be replaced by a grenade launcher. But my prediction is the majority of all rifles will be by around 2040. Why is that? Higher lethality at all distances. A CQB round, which acts like a big shotgun round for close quarters, and most importantly, a counter-UAS round. So the infantry squad will get organic counter-UAS wielding this system. Furthermore, for targeting computers, it's way easier to calculate the trajectory and the aiming point for 30mm medium to high velocity rifle grenade than for a conventional hypersonic bullet. It's way easier to do with current technology, and the fact that an infantry squad can now easily take on lightly armed vehicles is another proof for that. Do we have data on the PGS in combat? Yes, we have. In 2010, the predecessor of the PGS, which was the XM25 CDTE, was sent to Afghanistan, primarily with 101st Airborne Division, and after a while it got out of service due to an injury. Now, I had the opportunity to talk to a few people that deployed with the XM25 CDTE, and they said like, hey, that thing ended like most engagements in a blink of an eye, and the whole injury thing, it was a minor thing. Like it was a training injury. The projectile or the grenade didn't even detonate. It just got returned out of nowhere. All they said, everyone said, like, it's a game changer. And most had been more than willing to even trade a whole rifle for such a system. So, as with all predictions, I may be wrong, but my prediction is by 2040, most rifles in the US Army arsenal will be replaced by automatic smart grenade launchers. Just as the US Army is trying since the 1990s, by the way. Like, they know that this is the way forward. Technology just wasn't there. Now with AI, better aiming systems, better microchips, it's all way closer. So just keep an eye out for that. As I said, my prediction is 2040, the rifle will become more and more exotic and be more wielded by special operation forces and the like. And even there we will see how effective the CQB round for the PGS actually is. Right now the Army has like 3 solidifications set up, so that no matter what happens to one solidification, one of the contenders will win. So even if 1 or 2 solidifications get messed up, there will be a third one still running. And that shows us how serious the Army is about that. Thanks guys, see you soon.